What's up, guys, and welcome back to Adventure Archaeology. If you're new to the channel, my name is Brandon. Today I'm going to be joined by Randy, and we're heading out to search for a turn-of-the-century bottle dump that we've never been to. You may be wondering why we're searching for old bottles, and that's because some of them are incredibly collectible and some can be worth thousands of dollars. So without any further ado, let's go see if we can find this spot that's rumored to be right out here in these woods someplace. So, we are down in here in the deep. Yeah. What do you think, Randy, so far? Yeah. We are literally in one of the worst places for water moccasins and cottonmouths, and we are a good 2 hours south of where we normally do, so we're actually kind of keeping an eye out for alligators today. We have found a 1915 piece, a couple of jug pieces, and that's been about it so far. Now, this is a prime example of what I've preached to y'all in the past, and that is that dumps from the turn of the century are usually around, excuse me as I make sure I'm not sitting on a snake down here, are usually around old graveyards as well as creeks. And actually we're kind of out on a peninsula right now. The creek is going all the way around us and we're in the overflow spot. So what we're doing is we're starting at the bottom of this giant hill that's in front of Randy that the camera makes look like a anthill, and searching to see if any older bottles have rolled to the very bottom. So we'll get back with y'all if we find a good spot to dig here in a minute. We both got our probes, we both got shovels. We're ready to roll if we can just find the spot. I know it's here. All right, I think we found the promised land right here. If you look down, you can see some of the stuff that we picked up so far. There's a nice early Chericola. That one's from Selma, Alabama. This would have been a Dayton, Ohio mud-based hutch bottom. Here's a little bit better picture. Me and Clayton found one of these whole one time actually. But I love anything mud-based. We don't find that very often. As you can tell, there's glass just littering this creek everywhere. That would have been a Selma Lime Cola. Let's see if that's got anything on it. Nothing on that one. That would have been an AB beer. And this right here would have been unembossed, but that would have been a nice big whiskey. So we're trying to decide right now where we want to stick a hole at, but it looks like we may actually find something cool today. The humidity is insane. We're sweating to death, but after all the searching that we've done, believe it or not, it's taken us about an hour to find this little spot. Hopefully, it'll be worth our time. We'll let you know if we find something cool. Randy just picked this up right here. This is Property, a Coca-Cola, and this is what's considered block lettering from Selma, Alabama. That might be a very nice short shot glass. WAB. That's pretty cool. I don't know that I've seen one of these whole. I don't know how rare it is, but regardless, that's going to come out with us and be an awesome shot glass for somebody. I did pick this up right here too in the bottom of this creek before we start digging. Looks like a horseshoe almost, but that's way too little. Maybe a pony shoe. I don't know. Y'all let me know, or a clamp. Y'all let me know in the comments below what you think it is. And we're off and digging. The ground is very soft. However, it's loaded with roots. These are the finds so far. Kind of a surface find, but check out that old whiskey right there. That would have been awesome. You can tell that the fire from the dump warped the glass. And let's see if it says anything on the bottom. And it does not. So it is unembossed. But I kind of like it being warped. It's pretty cool to think that it survived that. This doorknob right here is probably the find of the day so far. We have found a ton of straight side coke pieces right here. And we prospected, and this seems like this may be the best spot that we're at. Is that another straight side coke piece? Yep, looks like it. Ooh, that breeze feels good. Holy cow. Had to break out the bifocals.
They're just readers.
Just readers, okay.
Selma.
Knock it off the bottom. It'll say Coca-Cola if it's a straight side Coke.
Root.
Oh, root? Yep, probably a Coke bottle. But yeah, the door handle is still the find of the day, but there is so many good pieces. We are very hopeful we're gonna find something. Good news is it doesn't seem to be very deep. After probing around, seems to be about 3 foot max if we can just get the roots out of the way. I'm ill prepared today and did not bring a sawzall or a handsaw. And these roots right here are the gummy kind that the shovels don't cut real well. So I guess I better give Randy a break and start digging, or he'll kick me out of here and bury me in one of these holes. Another good sign that you're in a really nice aged dump is to look for oyster shells. Even if they're on the surface, a lot of times, for whatever reason, they're surrounding these dumps. This is what we found so far. Nothing just super spectacular, but here's a Whitmore Boston, USA. Sadly, the backside's out of that. Then I found these two medicines right behind that as I was digging. Sadly, neither one is embossed. Hopefully, the deeper we go, the more of the embossed stuff will show up. We did find half of a bromo as well. So we're in the layer, which is always good to be able to get there within less than an hour. And now it's just a matter of us spending the time to widen the hole out and hopefully cover enough surface area to be able to find a good bottle or two and justify our drive. This guy right here, Randy just pulled out of the bottom of the hole. It looked like a Durkee, but it's got more panels than one. It's definitely probably a condiment of some sort, but it's been warped by the fire. And that's gonna be probably our greatest enemy today, is that the bottle survived the fire that took place, or the fires. Usually dumps would have burned for many reasons. Sometimes people would have control burned the dump to take out like the wood and the excess stuff that would melt so that it wouldn't heap up too high. The other thing that would happen is, as the glass was laying on top of the ground and the sun would hit it, it would shimmer and it would create kind of that magnifying glass effect, and it would cause a fire on accident. So the dumps were usually on fire 9 times out of 10, and that's why a lot of times they are by creeks, because they were used as fire breaks. So kind of an interesting little bit of tidbit in case you guys didn't know. So far, what I'm seeing in this hole looks like it's going to be dated from about 1905 to on up into the 20s or 30s. So they may have used this particular spot for about a 25-year period. The good news is I'm not seeing any screw tops. So that gives us a really good chance at finding something pretty cool, hopefully. All right, so here's the layers, just to give y'all a breakdown. Up there is your topsoil layer. From there up, you see the black stuff right here. That's the beginning of where the dump layer starts. As it starts to change color right there, that's a rust layer. And then the bottle layers right here, or hopefully this whole bottle is that I'm trying to pull out. And it is whole. And it is a nice, oh, throw it down. Good thing the ground is soft. Nice, nice bottle too. Look at the neck on that. Beautiful. Man, let's see if it's got any identifying marks on the bottom. It's got a number 5. It's either a wine or a beer, probably a beer now that I look at it a little bit closer, but Randy, that means stuff survives in this hole.
We found something.
We found something. We only had to dig through these roots like this one that I'm leaning on to get there, but the good news is, in comparison to where we normally dig, it's only about 3 foot deep. And the bottle's in great shape. So maybe Randy straight side cooked these banasters down here. It's not coming out super easy, which gives us hope that it may be whole. That's big, isn't it? It could be an embossed Jack Daniels too. One of those Excalibur bottles. Are you worthy, Randy? Oh, that's a big sucker.
Brown amber. You know, I bought rags in the bag to wipe stuff off with.
Let's see. Another big beer or whiskey or wine, unembossed, but if something that size survives in the hole, that's a really good sign. No identifying marks. Well, yeah, it does. It's got that SB and C on it. So that's a early beer, believe it or not. I think that company went out of business. Don't quote me on this, guys. But I want to say right around 1903 or 1904. The top looks a little bit newer than the one that I just pulled out, though. But still, we're finding whole bottles, and that's what we needed to do. Considering we drove a pretty good ways today on a whim, I'd say we're doing all right. Hey, Randy, you need a hand? He just threw out a doll hand. Nothing creepier than one of these things sticking out of the dirt just right. We're doing okay, though. My confidence is growing in this micro hole. The further we go, anything on there? Nothing. Oh, come on. Randy's got a couple more showing down here. Y'all can hear them. They make a very distinct sound when you hit them with a steel shovel. And yes, that is our goal, is to break these. Only joking. Sometimes you got to break a few eggs, though, to bake a cake. We try not to do that, and we are very, very good at not breaking them, believe it or not.
Speak for yourself.
Randy's like, hang on a second. Don't jinx me. We're still trying for our first embossed bottle of the day. Fingers are crossed. This seems to be one of those alcoholic holes. This is where somebody dumped all of their booze at. Ooh,
Most of the holes.
That's a soda.
Most of the holes seem to be
Oh,
there.
straight side Coke. You were close. Let's let the people see what you missed out on. Check that out.
Oh, this is
Beautiful.
the bottom.
Yeah, that's a big whiskey. There's one to the right of it too, isn't there?
Yeah. Somewhere.
Somewhere. There's a medicine. It's a good little pocket.
Walking out now.
Big old neck on that thing. I would just stroke if that had like a local town name on it.
I think it's broke.
Is it? Oh, it's a milk. No? Good Lord, that thing's huge.
Chipped.
Nothing on it either, I don't think. If it's going to be a chip bottle, it's better to be a slick one.
Yeah.
That's okay. It does got something on the bottom.
Numbers.
You would think that we had like 5 inches of rain here, around here or something with all of the mud, but
Wait a minute.
why do you think we're not in the creek this week? All right, fingers crossed. My heart hurts for you on that straight side Coke though, and sadly it's got a crack too far down there to turn that into a whiskey glass of any kind.
It's got some pack around it. Next up in.
Under the rock.
Yeah, it's up here.
A lot of times I don't record the full
Well, maybe not.
extraction of the bottle. Oh no, it's not. That might be a flask. What is that? Oh no, it's another wine. Nice early wine. Got a nice kick up bottom.
I don't think the vines were ever.
Embossed. Yeah, I haven't really found any. Show y'all what the top looks like on that one. Got beautiful color to it though.
Man, I'm glad we drove your vehicle.
Oh, I know, right? I brought a change of clothes. You did, didn't you? Oh, so you're riding in the back on the way home? Is that what you're saying? We'll put Randy in the bed of the truck. Look how high that kick up goes into that bottle though. There again, more alcohol related bottles. We did find that file that's behind there earlier too. So there are some relics in here. Let's keep going. Let's find a soda and another wine. And I promise this is the last wine I'm going to show y'all today, but this one has a different top on it. It's got one of the nice early blobs right there. And these are always fun to find, even though they're unembossed, because they have great color and that really cool top. These don't have as big of a kick up on the bottom though, but as you can tell, it's going to clean up to be a really nice bottle. So our pocket slowed down a little bit. We did get a ketchup, and Randy just got another nice squatty beer right here with that nice top on it. You see another one, a medicine?
It's got a square.
That's a nice beer though, actually. Set it over here with the keeper pile. Oh, there we
That's
go.
embossed, baby.
Yeah. Oh, no. Let's see what it was. Oh, look, the whole panel fell off. Let's see if it was anything good.
Melted.
Peptonoids. Peptonoids. The Arlington Chemical Company. Yonkers, New York. Huh. That's interesting. A lot of people may not know this about me, but I work for a company doing cutting tool stuff, and I service Kimber Firearms, and they're out of Yonkers, New York as well, and they're in the middle of moving to Troy. So I do a lot of work on the 1911 pistols and 9mm stuff and all that cool stuff. But yeah, that's sucks that it's broken, but that's the first decently embossed bottle to show its head out of this hole. Randy just pulled the lid out right behind that chemical company. Makes me wonder if what we thought was a jug a while ago was a churn, and this was a lid to the churn. Pretty big lid, regardless. Worth keeping. Never know when you'll run across a churn that size. I just rolled a straight side Coke out of the top of the hole. This one's from Selma, Alabama. Sadly, it is embossed on the shoulder instead of mid, so that's not a good drinking glass, but it could be repurposed for something if I don't drop it. Still a good bottle. It's still pre-1915, but not quite as old as some of those beers and stuff that we were finding earlier. We are just chugging them right along down through here, and I just pulled this out right here. Let's do a reveal together because I can see that it's embossed, and it looks like it may be pictorial. At first, I saw this side and I thought it was like a cathedral, and it does have that cathedral shape. Oh, that's really cool. It's got a crane on it. It's got a bird with a snake in its mouth.
This is probably what it did you.
Yeah, that's so cool. It's Crane Extract Company, Dayton, Ohio. And I'm gonna do my best for y'all to be able to see the crane, but there's the crane right there, and you can see the snake in his mouth up there. And I am ecstatic to have that. Y'all know me in pictorial bottles. I mean, that is cool. Never found one of those. Man, that's cool, guys. And that was actually in the top layer. Yeah, that wasn't in the bottom. And that has no damage. But yeah, that is really cool. On this side over here, it's just got the snake. And it would have had a paper label to match. But that is an amazing display bottle, and definitely one that'll stay in my personal collection. Sadly, this little guy right here was broken when we pulled it out, but you can see that it says Larkin Company Buffalo, and I'm not for sure, but I think that this would have been a little mini whiskey. Right behind that little mini whiskey, we got this one out right here, Eagle Webb Manufacturing Company. I may have dug one of these in the past, I forget. It is whole, it is complete and embossed. Earlier I dug one of these little guys, and you can see that it says glycophymaline. Sadly, it had a little chipped lip. That's okay, because right behind it, pulled another one that did not have a chipped lip. So that's pretty cool. Randy did a little bit of research. Didn't it say that it, here, this is like a mouthwash or something?
Yeah, gargle.
That wasn't very much to gargle, was it?
Not a whole lot.
I figure it was probably all alcohol, and really what it was is just a shot.
Yeah, that's what most of it was. Can't see it.
Oh. This bottle not to be sold. Oh, it was a Central City. Look at that circle slug from Selma. Did you see the slug plate?
I saw that'll cut too.
That's awesome. Yeah, oh yeah, that'll cut. That'll make you a good whiskey glass or a wine glass.
Oh yeah.
Whatever you want to do with it. That's all right there. You can put, I'll set it up there for you. The closest to whole soda we found today. Does that mean we're headed in the right direction? There you go. Getting closer. There's a Birch's Belfast. That would have been a beer. Well, that's not a Birch's. That's a Cochrane and Company Belfast. It's got the nice round bottom on it. Sadly, the top's gone. But man, that would have been absolutely killer. It does have a flat spot, so that could be turned into a shot glass. It would be kind of weird and cut through the embossing, but with that round bottom, I think it's worth it. Really cool, Randy. Really cool. All right, guys. Wasn't a bad day at all, considering we were just prospecting. You made some pretty killer finds. This Central City bottle right here, the Circle Slug, sadly the top was gone. It's gonna be an amazing whiskey glass. This Belfast over here, there again, Cochrane and Company. This is different than the Birch's. Got a beautiful color to it. We just took the garden hose to these real quick. We did keep the lid for the crock, the doorknob, as well as all of these wines and whiskeys that you see. This is probably the best wine of the day because of that blob top that you're looking at there. It's really cool. A couple of them do have a higher kicked up bottom, like this one right here, and that's a really nice wine bottle as well. They do have awesome color. This is the best beer of the day that he found, the Squatty beer. Excited to have that one without a doubt. And my personal favorite find of the day is, of course, that Crane bottle that I was so excited to get. And it is just something that we don't find. It may not be worth a ton of money, but that's okay. It's not all about that. It's about saving a piece of history, and this is one that will stay in my personal collection because of the embossed picture on it. If you're new to the channel, be sure that you're subscribed, and we'll catch you guys in next week's adventure.